Hello, I'm Daniel, and welcome to the Emunah Project. We here at the Emunah Project are continuing in our series of videos with respect to inspiration, education, advice, guidance, and I'd like to talk this morning about weaponry, but not perhaps in the way you think. I want to talk about swords and arrows. A sword is sharp. It can do a lot of damage when used properly. Same thing with an arrow. It was the Brisker Rav who made a wonderful comparison to prayer. When we do the prayers, the formal prayers set out in a siddur, or when we're repeating psalms, things that have very holy origins, that's like a sword. It has a power and a might and a strength and an effectiveness in its own rights. It's a standalone weapon. An arrow, on the other hand, the Brisker Rav says, that's more like personal prayer. That depends on the effort and the power and the strength exerted to it by the archer. The more strength he puts into it, the more effective the arrow will be. Similarly, with personal prayer, with hisbodedus, when you personally make entreaties to God, and you're speaking to God on your own, not a formal prayer, not a psalm, but you're speaking in your own words, that is also effective. But that depends on the requisite spiritual intent, the kavana. You put in a lot of strength, you put in a lot of focus, you put in a lot of spiritual intent. That makes it all the more effective. An arrow can cut just as well when you have it in your hand, but it's really effective when you put it in a bow and you draw back and give it the proper strength. That's when an arrow is really an arrow. Similarly, a personal prayer, while you may not think it's on the level of the poetry of King David and the Psalms, it can be very, very powerful. And unlike a sword, it can achieve great distance and can pierce through things that a sword can't. Let's keep this in mind. Let's have our spiritual weapons at hand, the swords and the arrows. And let's use them skillfully and in the service of the Creator. We're going to be doing more videos along these lines. Please come back, please watch, please learn. I hope you're enjoying them. And on behalf of the Emunah Project, I'm Daniel, and thank you too much.